This is the Growing Up Italian podcast, and we have a special episode today. With me today, I got my guys. 3 special guests, all first-timers here. Start with my friend, John Arpino.
Hey,
how you doing, John?
How are you?
Got my childhood friend, grew up with this kid, Nicky D'Onza.
How you doing, Sabino?
And I got a new friend here, Tony Soprano.
What the fuck are you doing?
A.K.A. Nicky Petito.
That's right.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty buzzed.
Well,
Thanks to our sponsor,
there you go. Shout outs to Limoncello.
Fabrizia.
We're also drinking some Peroni too.
Peroni, also Italian.
Good vibes today, man.
Absolutely. I'm here with my good friend John Arpino, whatever the fuck his name is. Arpino. He was 250 fucking pounds. Thanks to the Weight Watchers, whatever.
Thank you, cuz. I appreciate it.
So you told me you stopped eating pizza, pasta.
Yeah, shout out to John, man. He lost literally a human being and a heavy human being. Like 250 pounds.
244 pounds to be exact.
God bless,
Wow.
bro.
Thank you very much.
God bless.
I appreciate
We
it.
could all take a page out of that book.
I haven't had pizza, pasta, nothing in 2.5 years.
Good for you.
Italian bread, nothing.
I haven't had pizza and pasta in 6 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta get back to the gym.
Don't we all?
But
So Nicky has a really funny page.
Yeah.
He does impersonations, as you can see.
yeah, I don't just do Tony, you know, everybody's like, oh, do Tony, do Tony. I'm like,
Can Al Pacino come out? Hooah! Have a great day, homie.
You know what I think it is? You look like Tony Soprano a little
yeah,
bit.
that's the thing. I've been receding. You know, I got the big fucking nostrils. I got the fucking crooked shoulders.
You should just go all in with it. Like,
Oh yeah.
go a little wide over here.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 24 years old, and Jesus Christ, I look like I'm fucking dying here.
Are you a diehard Sopranos fan, or?
Yeah, breaking character now.
No, this is exactly what I wanted to ask because, when I messaged you to get on this podcast, I'm not really like a diehard Sopranos fan. I've watched episodes, maybe never all, like, completely.
Sons of Anarchy guy.
No, I'm a Game of Thrones
With the
guy.
Vipers, was that your Girl Scout troop?
So, I felt I needed to invite the experts when I had you because if those conversations came up, I got my backup.
Yeah, you got Larry Moe and Curly over here on the fucking couch, the fucking cannoli king of fucking Brooklyn.
Shout out to Antonio in the background.
These fucking ganules are good. Go to Francesco. She's not fucking Spanish. What the fuck am I saying?
Francesco's Bakery in Hicksville.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's in Hicksville.
It is in Hicksville,
Yeah,
right?
for authentic cannolis, go to Hicksville.
Well, the thing that he offers that I thought was dope was they ship them to you. And we just did a video of it.
Yeah, when fucking a month.
Exactly. No, it's actually next day shipping.
Yeah, they turn moshad.
No, not at all because the cannoli cream and the shells come separate and you gotta make them yourself. So,
What do they come in a refrigerator? Like, how do they stay cold though? That's the
the
only
dry ice.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not making fun of them. I'm just really asking.
No, that's it. So it comes really dope.
Nice. It really
I
was
mean,
amazing.
you try them, so I'll wear it.
It was fucking probably the best. But I'm pretty sure my buddy Frankie, who lives in Belleville, New Jersey, he goes all the way over there and brings them back to New Jersey. I said, you pay a $15 toll just to get
Wait, where does he go?
He goes to him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he goes to him.
Wow,
And
small
I
world.
might have had him once before because it tasted very similar, and I said the same thing. It's the best cannoli I ever had. Between that one and that one, they're the best cannolis I ever had, and I'm assuming it's the same one. But how many Francesco's bakeries are there?
I only know one.
2 locations.
Two locations.
The other one's a fugazi.
And Hicksville.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, so. That's pretty.
And your sandwich today was
Which one you have?
phenomenal. The Bovivio. It was amazing. You had the gabagool, chicken cutlet, prosciutto, mozzarella.
All fat-free things.
Yeah.
Right. John's counting the calories right now.
John's sitting there like,
Listen, if you throw in between 2 pieces of lettuce, and Sabino will do that for you.
Oh,
It's
right.
nice. And it comes out
It's very nice, right?
You're all healthy.
It's the same feel.
So how you doing, Sauce? On that? Yeah.
You ever see the movie Fatso with Dom
Oh,
DeLuise?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Frankie
knew you see that.
Sleeping.
You ain't the only. That's a great movie. Great movie.
Hell yeah.
Every Italian American should see that. You know, but
It's slept on, Fatso.
Yeah.
yeah.
Definitely.
You were talking about another movie today too.
29th Street. That's my favorite. I think you've seen it, right?
I have not.
You've never seen
29th
it?
Street, no.
You would definitely like that. You've seen it?
No.
Danny Aiello, Anthony LaPaglia. It's my favorite movie of all time.
What are those Irish names?
Yeah. Danny Aiello is a degenerate gambler who's had bad luck his whole life, and then his son is just an idiot who's had nothing but good luck his whole life, and he's a finalist in the lottery. And the whole movie's him pressing his luck, and the movie starts out with him winning the lottery, but he's pissed off for some reason. So the whole movie we're trying to figure out why. And Danny Aiello was just amazing, and he has this whole scene where he's like, "I ain't no fucking loser. You hear me? I ain't no fucking loser." Oh, Brooklyn can fucking hear me. You ever see Do the Right Thing? Of course. You see this place? I built this fucking place with my bare fucking hands. Every light socket, every piece of tile. Me. That's what the fuck I did at the panini shop. Does your father ever do that?
He does something like that.
You see this sandwich? I built this fucking sandwich. Every piece of oregano, me. That sandwich though, model. I've been following his sandwich.
That's how I like. I've seen his page before, but I saw he was commenting on something. I'm like, oh shit, he follows me. Like it's random. And I reached out to him.
Yeah, I thought it was. When he got the follow, I was like, "Yo, panini shop is following me." I was going nuts, bro. I was like, "Yeah, gotta get that hookup," and then boom, boom, boom. And a couple hours later, I started talking to him. I was like, "Ching," you know.
Here we are.
Exactly. You know, I love working with the Italian American community because guess what? I stress this all the time, and with the Sopranos movie right now, I'm gonna get bashed for this, but none of the people are fucking Italian in it. When the original Sopranos was on, it was good because everybody was Italian.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Now we got this guy. And I'm not going to say any names because I want to be in the movie.
Yo, it's great that you brought this up.
I'm happy the son. I'm happy Mike Gandolfini's in it though. The son. I think he's the person that should be playing Tony Soprano. Like I do the impression, but I'm too old. I'm 20. I'm 24. I don't look 16. I'm bald and really bad. He's a nice kid. He's a good actor. He was in The Deuce.
It was only right that.
It's only right,
that,
you know.
he got that spot.
And I'm sure every member of the Sopranos family wanted him in that role. I hope I could get in another role, and I hope to look. And Jesus Christ, somebody that says it says maybe Greg may be texting me. That's a little scary. Somebody from the credits.
That's because he's emailed you before, or he's saying, "Hey, this is."
But anyway, I want to see. There's not. I know all the Italian American actors, and none of us are getting work.
Right.
You know, and can you name one Italian American actor under the age of 38 that's like working?
You know better than I.
Oh, no.
Nah,
There's none.
that's why we're here, man.
And every time, and there's movies being made about Italian Americans, but there's always people from Australia. I lost the role of Godfather in Harlem to an English kid. I read with Meredith Tucker at a great audition. I was talking to her for a bit after. I said, yeah, I'm a comedian, you know, I'm a Tony Soprano impersonator. And she goes, yeah, I worked on Sopranos. I was a casting associate. And I said, yeah, I thought so. You look a little familiar. And she fucking lost it. And she was like, wow, that was, she was like blushing. That was really, really good. And I was like, thank you.
Get me a job.
Yeah, you know, my manager said maybe they'll call me later in the season for another role, but they gave it to an English kid. You know, I hope he does good. You know, it looks like it's going to be a great show. God bless him, you know. But I want to see some young Italian kids in this movie. If I'm not in it, I hope one of my friends, because I know practically every young Italian-American actor. But anyway.
It's really tough out here, man, for us Italian Americans, man. There's not a lot of comedians. There's not a lot of singers.
But hey, look at Sebastian Maniscalco. He just sold out the
killed
Garden 4 times in a row. Is it all Italian people going to see him, or is it everybody?
The one thing I will say is I don't want to like bash him, but I went to one of those shows. Did you guys go?
Listen up, he's gonna bash me. I'm Sebastian.
Did anybody else go? Did anybody else go?
I saw like clips of it. I just saw
The only thing
You
that
went?
I went,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And he was dope, but that Netflix special dropped like
He did a Netflix special?
yeah.
I don't
and
have Netflix. I can't afford the $8 a month.
somebody's login.
Yeah, Christopher's got to kick it up to me.
So basically the Netflix special was the stand-up.
Mhm.
And I was a little disappointed about that. But otherwise, like, the first 25 minutes was all brand new material.
That's what it would be.
I know, but they shouldn't have, like, released a Netflix special
First.
you
Yeah, you're right.
know?
Yeah, you're right.
Like, it needs, like, a whole new, you know?
I haven't seen him live yet. Did you watch Nicky Petito?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
see
loud.
that. Yeah.
You know?
I haven't met him yet. He's one of my favorite comedians. I don't want to pay. Like as a comic, I hate paying to see people because I'm gonna end up. I feel like I'm gonna end up working with them when they're like already lying. Like the first time I saw him, I didn't pay. My friend paid, but then I ended up working with him, and then I ended up producing a show with him. And he's a good guy. Already lying. He's just got a drug problem. Doesn't make you a bad person. It's a shame. He's been in the news lately. I'm hoping he pulls through and gets out of it.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar.
You don't know who Artie Lang is?
I've heard of him.
He's Italian.
He sounds mad familiar, but...
You ever seen Beer League? Beer League? No. Howard Stern. He was in the movie.
Oh, yeah. I know
He was an elf. He played the Santa Claus.
Yeah, okay. I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know he was Italian, though.
Yeah, that's not his real name. Lang.
No?
I forgot what his real name is.
But
He's from Newark, too, so me and him were talking about Newark. I was like, you know what street I live on? He's like, what? I said, Lang Street. I moved there
In Newark.
Yeah, in Newark, where he's from. I thought that was crazy. Right after, I moved there right before I produced the show with him.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really tough for Italian Americans out here, man. So that's honestly one of the reasons we started a page, because, create our own buzz.
You're doing a great job, man. I mean, you got a great following. You got great food.
We're trying to put it all together now.
We just need great fucking women now. It's a fucking sausage fest. I mean, what the fuck? There should be broads here, fucking massage. Jeez, this guy needs a fucking massage. Look at all the work he's put in.
All the muscles. So you guys like Sopranos, or?
I've seen it once or twice.
I
watched it once or
I'm not
twice.
really that big of a fan or anything.
We don't quote it too much.
No. Our daily conversations are 97 Sopranos memes.
No.
Who's your favorite character other than Tony?
Chrissy.
Yeah. I did not think you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm going
Paulie Walnuts?
Todd, Paulie, and Silvio.
both
Silvio's hilarious.
Yeah,
When I'm trying.
Silvio's, he plays the guitar.
Yeah, with Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
And
I saw Sil 2 weeks ago.
What's his name again?
Van Zandt.
Van Zandt, yeah.
And his wife on the show is his real wife.
Oh, yeah?
Maureen. She actually shared a picture of
Bro,
me.
this part right here has been,
How many times have you
I
seen
can't believe
this?
this. He killed chicks. Wait, I'm gonna do it. Get the fuck out of here.
Shit.
the best is these guys could literally quote, this is just a random episode I just put. And these guys could go like word for word, that's how
Get the
ridiculous
fuck
they
out
are.
of here.
16 Chester Reppy with that.
That was an interior decorator.
Trying to sink it. It's the volume.
His house looked like shit.
He was with the interior industry. Some kind of Russian back. This guy cannot come back and tell his story. Understand? I hear you. I'm serious, Paulie.
Yo, so
That was good, man.
God damn it.
Damn.
Fuck!
Call me back.
Call me back!
Hey, wait.
You're not gonna believe
Chris's
this.
line right now.
He killed
Chris's line
16
right now.
Czechoslovakians. Guy was an interior decorator.
Really?
His house looks like shit.
alright, yo, so what do you guys think about this movie, man? Are you excited for it?
Oh, I'm hyped for it.
We're going together, 100%.
Yeah.
We've
I
been
mean,
talking about it
I'm
since
from
we first saw
North.
it.
I'm from the. I live where Tony grew up. I live in Ironbound, and I'm from the first.
But he's a
ward.
made up character, no?
What, Tony? Yeah, he's a made-up character, but his character was from the first,
Yeah.
from Ironbound, and his family was from the first ward, which is where my family grew up. As a kid, I grew up on the corner of Grafton and Highland in Newark, New Jersey. That was the first ward. That's where most of the Italians came from. Where most Italians were from Avellino, the Naples area, and most Italians in Newark in the gravy and sauce argument call it gravy. And that's
Wait, you
why-
call it gravy?
I call it gravy. No. Yeah, I know Vinny from Jersey Shore has a problem with that. I hope that I sit down with him and I'll have a political debate with him about that. I have.
So
Sabino, what do you call it, Sabino?
He calls it sauce. He's first generation. He calls it sauce. As soon as I saw him, I was like,
So you first, second, or third generation? He said first. Yeah, I thought so. You're a sauce eater.
I get these people. I know this one girl. Maybe you follow her. She from Jersey. She nice Italian like MILF girl. I call her. But anyway.
Shout out to C from Jersey.
Yeah.
Getting some clicks out here.
But anyway, her and I always go back and forth. She calls it sauce with like 3 W's in there. And I call it gravy, but she'll tag me and shit all day. Excuse me. She'll tag me and shit all day, fucking busting my balls that it's sauce and not
So
gravy.
I got one argument with that.
Sure.
So they say gravy is because it has meat.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Right, so
I got a funny one.
so
for you. I'm gonna let
when
you
you say bolognese, what do you call it? Bolognese?
Bolognese
Bolognese what?
sauce.
Okay. That's it. End of discussion.
Look,
Case closed.
That's a
Hold on. So when I was in Chicago, I probably said this on like 6 podcasts. But,
I mean, I don't eat bolognese.
so when I was in Chicago,
We're gonna get back to
bolognese
bolognese.
sauce.
way
You're
too
right,
much.
bolognese gravy.
Yo,
Here's the thing
yo,
with bolognese.
listen,
Hold on. This one's good. This one's good.
Yeah,
So-
we're getting back to that though.
Basically, they're gravy ears over there, like 90% gravy. So I was talking to this OG, and he's like, it's gravy because of the whole meat situation. So I said, okay, when you put tomatoes and oil, like, you're making it, just like that, without the meat, what is it? He goes, it's quick sauce.
Quick sauce. I haven't heard that
No,
one.
quick gravy, I
Quick
mean.
gravy now.
So yeah, he calls it quick
That's
gravy.
So on
That's-
Thanksgiving, what does he put on his turkey? Sauce?
That's Metagon gravy.
Brown sauce.
Yeah, Wonder Bread
Now wait,
box.
now here's the thing with bolognese.
Okay.
I hate bolognese because when you eat gravy, you don't want to eat bolognese. Alright, gravy is a complicated dish. Takes fucking a while to cook. It's not the same as marinade. And people refer to marinade as sauce, and then they refer to gravy as sauce, and I'm like,
Whoa. You're not gonna put my fucking 3-hour, 4-hour dish in the same category as fucking ketchup, okay? You want fucking sauce, you go to McDonald's, they're not giving you no fucking shit to put on pasta. They're giving you fucking barbecue sauce, ranch sauce, fucking that Chechen watching sauce.
whatever the fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I didn't know you were a gravy ear, man.
Yeah, no, I'm a big, and you know what's funny? I'm the only person with a decent Italian-American following that calls it gravy. So it's like I'm the spokesperson for Team Gravy, and I love
That's
it.
gotta be an annoying.
But you know what's funny though?
You're usually on the losing end.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that because I have a stand-up bit that I do that explains the whole gravy argument.
So what is it? Explain it.
All right, so here's the whole thing.
I might have to write this one down.
All right, now, what's the definition of gravy?
Like a sauce with meat, right?
Does it say
Meat-based.
right?
Yeah.
Does it say anything about it being brown?
No.
No. So why is it that it has to be on turkey?
I just never seen.
That's brown
I never
gravy.
seen tomato
I-
gravy.
And even, like the jars usually say. Sometimes they'll just say gravy, but
gravy. I understand that, but sauce.
no, but
sauce is sauce. Gravy.
Not gonna chew on
Wait, he says there's more than one
gravy
sauce.
sauce?
Yes. And it's
That's
just pasta
the
sauce.
It's just
That's the sauce.
This is
It's
sauce.
not red sauce. It's not meat sauce. Like
Tortellini Alfredo
like
sauce.
even when I refer, like I won't even say sauce. I say marinade because I have to be. I feel like I have to be specific. If I say I want sauce, people are gonna be like,
What fucking kind of sauce do you want? You know, there's only so many options.
that's the whole thing to me. Like, and seriously though, there's so many, and to put my cooking in the same category as ketchup's like.
I mean, here's how I look at it. Sauce itself is the base. You follow what I'm saying? So when you say
I got
sauce
you.
to me, I'm sitting home on a Sunday and my
When
grandma.
I hear sauce, I'm thinking red.
But why is it that you call the same thing?
So
with
then,
meat
but
in it or
then,
not,
then
though?
when
That's
you,
what I
when
don't
you change
get.
the sauce, you just say, "Oh, you want Alfredo?" I automatically know, hey, it's fucking sauce. It's going on my fucking pasta.
Yeah, but do you?
So they don't eat pasta.
Not anymore.
Hey.
Fuck you.
But how? If you want
It's cauliflower.
All right, so
pasta.
if
I ain't chickpea pasta.
So how do you-
Chickpea
Sounds
pasta.
good.
So how do you just like how do you say the difference between regular marinara sauce and
It's sauce.
gravy?
I don't say gravy ever. No,
But-
there's never
so what's the
That's the
difference?
G word in the house.
So what's the difference? There's a difference though to the two dishes. So if you want one over the other, you want it with meat. What do you say?
We just don't
What?
say
Yeah,
gravy.
we just don't say gravy.
Sunday
Gravy
sauce.
is not something that
So
comes
you
into
just-
my house. It's that white person.
So when you're
we
making
do on
sauce with
Thanksgiving,
meat,
like-
it's Sunday sauce.
Sunday
But
sauce.
you don't
That
say
makes
Sunday sauce. You
Yeah,
just
you
like
say
you
sauce.
just know.
That doesn't
You
make
just know, yeah.
that doesn't make any sense. How do you know if you're getting it without meat or with meat?
Because I trust my sauce provider.
I trust my mom.
But you don't. So what? But
Like
what
just picture your
but
buddy
you're-
trying to say the
What
word
if
gravy.
you're on a diet? Wait. So what if you're on a diet one day and you don't want the meat?
He's not allowed any sauce in general.
No,
So
that
don't
means one
matter.
thing he's
So
allowed
if
to
you
do.
cross your fingers like mine, I want sauce.
Okay, hopefully it doesn't have meat. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully it does.
There's got to be a way to just, there's got to be a difference
It's a
here.
meat issue. You say we have bolognese tonight.
That's not the same
He's
thing.
talking about something different. Like,
Bolognese is like
it's
chili
just-
almost.
Really, yeah, it is.
I love
You know,
bolognese.
gravy, it's the meat, it's the meatballs, the sausage. That's usually what I do.
Chop up tree swan. You don't need 3 onions.
I don't put onions in
cans.
it. We don't put onions in it. I don't know.
I'm not-
Do you guys put onions or no?
That was just good calls. I'm good on the onions.
I don't like
I'm good
onions
on
in
that.
it. You know, do
I'm good on
you
that.
guys?
A little bit,
All right,
maybe.
who does sugar and who doesn't?
Sugar.
I kind of
Sugar
like
kills
sugar.
acidity, that's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah,
You gotta put a little sugar.
My house, huh?
I hear if you
I
use
kinda
San
like it.
Marzano, you don't need.
Yeah, San Marzano's
You guys know
the best,
Steve
though.
Martirano?
Yeah.
The cook.
Yo, cuz.
Yo, cuz.
It's gravy.
Egg and sausage gravy. I have that book. As soon as I saw the name, I'm like, well, I'm buying that. It's a great book.
Honestly, yo, shout out to Steve Martirano.
Yeah,
That
shout out to
restaurant's
him.
awesome.
And he gets
Have you ever
all.
ate there for
Yes,
bro?
no, I ate at AC.
That's one of my
I've been
favorite.
to one at
Italian- The one at AC is not as good as the one in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, he's not there that much. That's why.
I just think the one in Fort Lauderdale is like,
That's the one. That's
when you
supposed to be
walk
better.
in there, you're like,
Nah, it's-
first of all, you'll be watching like, you know, it's like Disco Inferno movie or some shit, and then like, the music is popping, like, you're in a club, and all of a sudden, like, a really good part comes on, they cut the music, and it goes to that part in the movie.
Nice.
So,
My uncle went down there, and he was in Carlito's Way. He was the heavy guy chasing Al Pacino in the subway. And when he went down there, he put it on all the screens. And then a few years later, my sister went there, and she said my uncle's name, and she didn't have to pay. Everybody fucking pays at that place. It's fucking.
What's your uncle's name again?
yeah, I was saying that too.
And Monty Salvato.
That's my uncle impression. That's why I do the good Tony Soprano, because it's.
Going from this to this, it's really not that fucking hard.
So I grew up impersonating my uncle, and that's how.
But when
Tony
did you,
Soprano-
yeah, I was gonna say, when did you, like, how old is that when you realized?
I always like knew I could do a Tony Soprano growing up, but I didn't really get into it until I started watching the show consistently.
Were you watching The Sopranos as it was on?
No, my mom.
I remember watching it, and then all of a sudden I missed 30 minutes because my parents would be changing the channel, and then when I got to watch it by myself, I was like, fuck, like I missed 8 seasons right here because they wouldn't let me watch shit. So
No, because see, that's exactly what happened to me, is,
we were 9 years old when that show
I
started.
remember my parents always watching it on Sundays,
Yep.
and they'd be like, let's say when a sex scene comes, oh, you
Yeah.
Close your eyes.
That was like my first.
Yeah.
I was like, John, close your eyes.
Yeah.
All right, open them.
My mother used to play the down neck episode all the fucking
God,
time.
great.
Because that was what Newark looked like growing up to her as a
Right.
kid.
That's cool.
And I remember just seeing that episode over and over and over again. I'm like,
Ma, don't you watch any other fucking episodes?
That's funny.
but growing up, every time that was on, my mom would sit there, because my uncle was an actor and also wise guy. She would sit there and go, Uncle D knows him, Uncle D knows him. So I grew up watching the show like, oh yeah, it's all Uncle D's friends. Like that's what it was about. And you know, as somebody, I lost most of my family at this point, so I looked at The Sopranos starting in like 2016. I watched that show and it was kind of like a fill-in for all the Italian family that I lost over the years. So I look at that show and it's kind of like a gap that it fills. It's like I might have lost everyone, but I look at this show and I can relate to these people so much, all the characters, and it's not just a show about the mob. It's a show about life.
Show about
Like,
everything.
you know, like
Everything's
Tony's a murderer, but you sit there and as a man you can relate to him
feel
on
it,
certain
yeah.
things. And I know it might be
It's
hard.
fine for Sam.
Listen,
Chris,
you fall as a garbage man. This guy does man. Like, all right,
Yeah.
he makes money for his family.
And the
I know,
women
this is
do
what
in
it
the
is.
show especially.
It's a provider.
You know.
We just turned, you know, gangster into Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
One hand washes the other.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, Chris,
What were we just talking about, wasn't Butch saying like Carmella held it down in our group chat?
Yeah, no, Nicky was saying it too, and I was
Oh,
like,
Nick Bagley.
Carmella was no Adriana, but she held it down. Adriana stuck through a lot of
What are you
shit
talking
too.
about? That's my wife.
I mean, she like
She played a sick role,
she
man.
fooled
Yeah.
around with the teacher though, right?
But that was they were technically separated.
You
The
know?
guy she saw,
the guy in the fucking window store.
Yeah.
The priest, you always thought it was coming, but it,
Yeah, but
it
he was-
didn't.
He did though,
oh, I
no?
know.
No.
He almost did though.
What'd you play? Name that Pope?
He
The
did
soft,
it,
wait,
though,
the
no?
soft and chewy mozzarella.
Yeah,
He said mozzarella. Don't you
Who
fucking
else
hate
did
that?
Carmella fool around with? That's it?
The painter, remember?
What about,
yeah.
what about the guy from Italy with the?
Fudio.
Yeah,
Fudio.
he did
Fudio.
that,
Oh, guy.
Oh, he left. And and that was the last we saw of him, unfortunately, because I thought he was a great character.
moved to Nutley.
I lived in Nutley
I
for a
bought the
bit.
house in
Don't drink the
Nutley.
Nutley water.
Yo, Furio was good for some sick roles though. Some
Yeah.
sick
he's good.
quotes.
Yeah, you know, that's one show I could say I've met at least half the cast, all the nicest people. I met them like right after my mother died, and like Janice, it's a weird relationship I feel like I have to the show because my uncle grew up, like he knew Gandolfini before he was famous, and they used to hang out at the surf club, and he would pass out on my uncle's couch, and the voice is so similar. I feel like Gandolfini sometimes copied that from my uncle, or maybe that's where he based the voice off of, and he kind of resembles him in a way. And also, his last name is Salvato, which is Soprano, and my mother is Janice, just like, and they used to argue, just that. And my father, he got hit by a train growing up, and Bobby Bacala got killed in the train store in the show, and it was the same train store.
That's why you relate to it so
yeah,
much.
and he died in the same train store that my father used to take me to as a kid to buy
Wow.
trains because I had a train obsession. And you know, Christopher, I relate to a lot because I made a horror movie when I was 17 with a guy who had a drug addiction, just like Christopher. He's bipolar.
It's crazy.
And he looks a lot like Christopher too, and people always told him like, "Oh, you look just like Christopher. He had the same beak, you know." And
Schnoz.
yeah, and the premiere was very similar. So things that happen in the show I relate to so much, and a lot of Italian Americans can, you know.
No, definitely.
Do you guys relate to the show at all in any way,
Oh,
other than being
I
Italian?
remember growing up, like watching it. My parents would just hear them throw like one little word, and I just see them like cracking up and be like, "What? Like, what are they really?"
The show is
like,
a comedy.
Yeah, there's
It's
a lot of little like.
This show totally
because we're funny
hits
people.
home to me. Like, I don't know, I watch this and I feel like I'm watching my family on TV. Like,
Exactly. That's how I feel.
that's
when I
what
watch
The
it.
Sopranos been to
The
me.
only one thing is this relates nothing to my family, but I
Right.
see a lot of it.
'Cause you're-
like it reminds me of my
it's
local
different.
customers.
Yeah.
Not even relate to your family, but like you said, you hear so much of this shit all the time. You're like, yo, you heard what they just said?
Because it's all second and third generation Italian.
Yeah.
It's a different culture with the slang and everything, and the New Jersey.
Like every time they say Jadrul, how hyped do you get?
Jadrul.
Yo, he loses it every time he hears that word.
Every time.
Let's have some pasta vazul with some drool.
So he's gonna be the. You should do a Tony Soprano rap. Actually,
If you go on my page, I worked with Solis recently, G-Fella and The Shark, in a song called, I forgot the name of the song, but it's on my page, and I did an opening to the song, and it goes like this.
Listen to me. I know you're wearing a wire. So if the feds are listening, listen up. You remember one thing in the show right here. You want to talk all this old school bullshit about hip hop? Well, here's a song you might remember. This is the motherfucking fucking remix.
That's how it opens. It's got a nice echo
That's
to
dope.
it.
I like that.
And
There
I'm
you
going to
go.
be working with Jojo Pellegrino soon. I don't know if you know who he is. He's been around a while.
who's that?
He's an Italian-American rapper. He's around since vinyl. You go on eBay, he's got vinyls on there. He did a tribute to Big Ange with Drita from Mob Wives. He's worked with Method Man. He's worked with Chris Brown. He was just, Joe Budden mentioned him because he got involved in the MGK Eminem thing.
beef?
Yeah, and he made a fucking diss track.
Oh really?
Yeah,
He
he's
jumped
very,
in on
very
he
talented.
jumped in on the clout. Real
Yeah, and Joe Budden gave him a shout out on his podcast.
quick. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Joe Budden gives everybody a shout out on this podcast, man. That's what I'm doing. His podcasts are long. His podcasts are mad long, but
No good. You can't be long.
That's like, we like to do this nice, short and sweet here, right?
so that we can really talk after.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I'm in the worst spot because I have Sopranos right in front of me, so,
So you're not listening to
I zone
shit
you guys
we're saying
out.
right
I'm
now.
just.
He's like, put the audio on.
Season three meta.
I mean,
it's hard to beat that.
I could dub it.
Yo, so wait, so that's the guy she was dating or something?
That's
Out of
Jack.
respect for my phone.
I was just gonna fucking say it. Out of respect for my father.
Wait, that's the guy she was dating, basically.
Yeah.
So he was the boss before Tony's son.
I want to say one thing
So
about
he came
Memo.
in as a bigger character in the third season, ended up dating her, but he was.
Bro, imagine Jackie Jr. lived. Can we just say that for like 2 seconds?
Yeah, Vito just was standing behind a tree and came out of nowhere and fucking shot him.
You know what's crazy is that Vito ends up killing him, but when Vito's brother is in the hospital, he goes, "Oh, I can't come visit my cousin." But then when he dies, Adriana goes, "It was like a cousin of mine. He only got married. He was 22 years old." So when he was sitting down with Tony in the restaurant, he's looking at Adriana. They're like, you're related,
they're
but
related, but they don't say
you're
shit.
like, you're checking her out too.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, you were cousins the other way too, with Vito and the brother. A lot of like weird things didn't get tied up in that third season.
So I'm gonna have to bring something up. How does it end?
Dead.
Because
He's dead.
It goes to black. Yeah, I mean,
so you guys all,
I think he died.
You don't hear it when it happens.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. That's
Goes
how
to
I
black.
look at it.
but what did he just die? The guy runs out.
The
And,
guy came out of the booth and
bathroom.
shot him. I think Patsy got in touch with Eugene's wife and they got together because
I seen that.
Patsy's son was dating Meadow and they got engaged, so he had the key to Tony's inheritance. So he put all the elements in place, and he always had a hard on for Tony because he killed the brother.
Spoons.
And he was wearing the members only jacket that Robert Fernaro's character Eugene was wearing when he killed himself. And Eugene's wife always had a hard on for Tony, so I figured the two of them got together.
I got you.
so do you guys have the same theory?
I like that theory. It's not
Similar.
bad. Yeah.
I didn't really get I never thought about the Patsy way. I didn't go that far in, but I always saw that this would have been the third attempt on his life, and as that last scene's coming, Meadow tries to park once, she fucks up. She
Yeah,
starts fucking,
exactly,
she fucks
exactly.
up. The third part,
That part I
she
said
unparks, and then she
significant
starts
part,
running,
yeah.
and then she doesn't get in, and it goes black.
Yeah.
Because
And that's the third
that
time
scene,
I
there's
think.
like 3 different guys that could have done
Yep,
it.
yep.
But it was that guy that went to the bathroom, right?
With the jacket,
With
that
the
you said.
jacket,
It's
yeah.
the jacket.
The jacket! The jacket.
Oh, that's
I
good.
told you back the fuck off Benji. I did. Then I put it in drive. You think this is funny? That guy may never even walk again. Do you know that? And for what? Because he didn't duke you enough? Because he didn't visit you in the can? When's the last time you visited anybody in the can, Richie? When's the last time you gave a fuck about anybody but Richie or Priyo? Now you remember one thing in the show.
There you go.
Want to talk all this old school bullshit about the rules? What is the rule you might remember? I'm the fucking one who calls the shots. And you better pay me respect that I gave your brother we're gonna have a problem. A bad one. Now get the fuck out of here. Alright, Tommy. Yeah. Alright.
Still one of my favorite scenes, though. That line is just.
That's the line of the series.
Don't give me those Manson lamps.
Don't give me those fucking mansion.
Yo, so what other
Just fucking
impressions can
stop.
you do?
I could do Alfredo James Lemoncello Pacino.
Uncle Al?
I could do. I just did Tony. I could do a little bit of Robert De Niro.
You know, I'm going into Tony now.
I could do Donald J. Trump, okay?
I actually met Trump as Trump. I went to Trump Tower on the day of his book signing, dressed up as him. Went up to him, I said, look, this is going to be huge. We're going to make America great again. We're going to build a wall. And how about this guy, John Kasich? He got lucky with fracking, okay? And he was going nuts. He was actually laughing. I never seen the guy laugh before. I got on Access Hollywood that day. I was on Daily Mail in the UK. It was nice. I also do Senator Bernie Sanders. I'm here in my favorite city in New York, Williamsburg, where I won 98% of the votes.
99.
I lost 1% to the panini shop.
We can't be on record saying that one. They'll fucking kill me,
Oh
cuz.
my God.
I do a little bit of Adam Sandler, of course, you know. I saw you are a chubby boy.
I do Jack Nicholson, Christopher Walken, John Travolta. I'm actually playing John Travolta in a short film Sunday. And they're doing it like a Seinfeld, George Steinbrenner type of thing. So they're going to be shooting me over the shoulder and they want me to do like Tony Manero type of thing.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to that. And there's about like 30 people I do. And I can't like think of them always off the top of my head. Like they just like come about. I do Liam Neeson. I don't know who you are. I don't know if you're listening. But if you are, and you're not Italian, I will look for you. I'll find you. I will find you. And I will give you a cannoli from Francesco's.
But you fucking paying me. So, tell me about these little rainbow cookies.
I know. Let's crack them open.
Let's crack one open.
Let's crack
I'm ready after this episode, but might as well open them up. So, me and John are gonna find a way to make these fat-free.
Yeah.
How about you do it?
And Doyle's gonna help us too, hopefully.
Doyle rules.
Oh, Doyle, I got a feeling your whole family's going down. For now,
Yeah,
I'm not
Nicky
stuck.
talks in
Favorite Adam Sandler movie?
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore. I'm tired of Happy Gilmore. Bill.
Still
Happy-
Happy Gilmore.
Big Daddy.
Let me ask. Wait. All right. I have a feeling you cried during this movie. I know.
I already know.
Oh yeah.
You're not a real man if you didn't cry.
Fucking in the rain.
I'll say
Come
it's
on.
someone
Like
recently.
you want to like help him. He feels so bad. No, the man. Yes, I want your family. All right.
Why'd you skip everything?
All right. Who wants one? All right. Let's see how these are.
I love how both of you are like drooling over these things.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
someone else wants one and no one answered.
Yeah,
They're
but
just
what about
both
that
like,
size?
You did this?
Yeah.
You're good. You
You got a fucking gift.
got a gift, my friend. Yes, you. Yes, you do.
This is nationwide shipping right here too.
Yeah, that's the best way on my
Nationwide,
pocket.
shine.
Bro, this is really good, bro. This
Yeah.
Let's see what
He didn't give me diabetes.
Yo, I could make a milkshake with those things.
Yeah, you
Get
do.
the fuck out of here.
I used to. Say the word.
that's a throwback.
We gotta make a protein shake out of him for him.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Probably
Broccoli.
good, right?
You don't eat broccoli?
Yeah, of course, not enough protein shake.
So let's talk a little bit about John here.
Yeah.
He's lost a lot of weight. What's some advice you could give to?
Stop eating these.
Don't eat these.
Yeah, I mean, don't eat the rainbow cookies and everything, but.
Well, once in a while you can though. You gotta
Yeah, I
treat
mean,
yourself.
I don't ever tell people you're never gonna have what you love ever again. Like, it's not like that, but you have to make sacrifices.
You have a cheat
If you're- I do now.
What is it? Sundays?
No, I do Saturdays. So
Yeah.
if I don't have the wings on
Boys.
Saturdays, yeah, because Saturdays for the boys.
I like that.
If I don't have the
Yeah.
wings on Saturdays, I become a bit moody. But that's
So wings is your cheat?
Yeah,
That's it?
wings is my
What
cheat.
kind of wings?
I love buffalo wings. Any type
You
of
ever
wing.
go to-
I go to Kettle in Bay Ridge a lot, and I go to a spot.
Yeah,
by
but
my
bro,
house.
that's your cheat.
Where
day.
else?
Yeah.
Wings?
Yeah,
Wings? That's not even a
well,
real-
It's not even that. It's pretty much protein.
If you're ever in New Jersey, go to Michael's Roscommon in Belleville. They have the best thing called Jersey wings. They're like a cheesy garlic parmesan.
Yo,
it's like
that's
a secret
not. That's
recipe.
a wing stop.
Yeah, Wingstop is slam.
Garlic palm.
But yeah, I mean, just, stay accountable. If you have goals and you stay accountable to them and you work hard, you're gonna have the results that you want. And that's the best advice that I give to anybody at any point of their journey. So,
So if, you got an Instagram page where you post a lot
yeah, you can
of.
follow me at JArpsJourney, JARPS_journey. And I post motivational stuff all the time. I'm just looking
Yes, he
to
does.
help inspire and show people that, their goals aren't impossible.
Still, man.
Appreciate
And
it.
I've known you when you were.
Yeah, me and Sabino in the
He's-
club back in the
he's
day.
inspired a lot of
Jojo the
people,
Whale.
including me. Like I lost 70
Put
pounds.
JoJo in the bathroom.
That was me. I was Jojo the Whale in stereo spot everywhere.
I remember seeing his pictures. I was like, man, this guy's a big goomba with the chain, the watch. I was like, he's a paisan. He's got it all. I was like, he's a big guy. He well dressed though.
I appreciate that. That was one of my things. If I was
Knew
gonna be
how
fat,
to
I'd
rock
be
the
fly,
gears.
smooth.
That's how my uncle was. He was a heavy guy, like 400 pounds, and he was always clean cut, perfect head of hair, nice jewelry, always dressed sharp. And that's I don't know.
Anyway, I appreciate it.
It's like,
That's awesome, man. And my guy Nicky, known him my whole life. We basically grew up together.
Yep. 2 blocks away.
Paisan too, from the same town in Italy. His dad's Sabino too.
nice.
So when people meet my dad, they hear the name Sabino, and then they go by the panini shop. They're like, "Yo, there's a sandwich named after your popsy." I was like, "Nah, that's the other Sabino." Like, you guys know another Sabino? I was like, "Yeah, we know a couple.
I mean, my
Sabinos."
town Sabino's like Anthony.
Yeah.
There's more Sabinos.
Yeah, I know a lot of Sabinos too.
You do?
Like as a last name.
Oh, his last name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, everyone, because me and my father work together, everyone thinks my last name is Sabino.
Yeah,
So we
everybody
all call
says
him.
that.
So when they see me, they're like, "Yo, Sabino." I'm like, "Hey, not my name, but
At least I know when
with that."
Nicky has his first son, it'll be Sabino D'Onza again.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a nice name.
And he's got married, so I know he's shooting for her right now.
Yeah.
He's like,
Sabino D'Onza.
I'm gonna have old girls. I feel it though.
Peter,
feel it.
I can see that.
It's just gonna be
That's a
girl
payback.
after girl after girl. I feel it. 2 is my limit. There's 2 girls. That's it. I'm hanging it up after that.
You a hockey player?
I wish I was. I'm a hockey fan, but
he's a diehard Rangers fan.
diehard baby.
New Jersey
Biggest
Devils.
Rangers fan I know. Oh, you're a Devils fan?
Yeah, of course.
You just lost him.
I live 10 minutes from the stadium, walking.
Oh, do you, Nicky? There you go. You got someone to go to games with.
I mean, they put last night in Jersey. We know what happens, but I'm just gonna.
I didn't even see who won.
Rangers
Of course.
I mean, It is what it is.
And they were home, the Devils?
Devils won last night, yep.
Good thing I didn't go to that game.
The Prudential's a beautiful stadium.
Yeah, the outside of it too.
Maximum security penalty box.
Fuck that
Anyone
guy.
existing.
The fuck?
Nikki, it was awesome having you too.
Thank you.
Your impersonations are awesome.
Thank you for having me.
We gotta get you to 10,000 followers.
Thank you. I thought you were gonna say $10,000.
$10,000 too would be good too.
Give him 10,000 boxes of CD.
That works too, though, right?
Hey, yeah.
Well, yeah, man. I hope song works out with The Sopranos too.
Thank
Prequel.
you. I'm hoping, man. Hoping.
I could definitely see you on it.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, make some phone calls to.
I've been fucking stressed, and I've been getting phone calls from people around the world. Australia, England, fucking Saudi Arabia. I've been getting messages on Instagram, and they're like, you gotta be in this movie. I'm like,
I'm trying. There's only so much I can fucking do.
You need any backup? Got you, bro. Anytime.
Got you.
We'll be your drivers.
Yeah.
We'll do wet work. Whatever you want.
thank you.
They'll pop somebody for you.
I appreciate that, guys. And make sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, Nicky Petito.
Thank you.
Check them out. I'm gonna put these guys' Instagrams in the bio. Make sure to follow them. They offer a bunch of different things.
Thank you.
Nicky
Make sure you
has
go to the
the best selfie
panini
game.
shop. Best sandwiches
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Don's a special.
Have a good day, guys.